Game 2 of our Holy Name Broadcasting doubleheader sees Holy Name Boys Lacrosse take on former LSM Athens Fischer and the Benedictine Bengals, and it's up next on your home for all Holy Name Sports, Holy Name Athletics YouTube. Chilly 48 degrees here at Cicerci Field, home of the Green Wave, as they take on the 1-6 Benedictine Bengals. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. My third broadcast in the span of 24 hours, 22 hours if you go by start time, 24 if you go by the expected end time. And we have a great game today. Don't let the record fool you for Benedictine. They are a very, very good team. They beat EC 9-1, but since then, losses to Canfield, NDCL, Lakewood, Menor, Glen Oak, and Poland Seminary. They're still a very good team. Holy Name, last night was a struggle. Lost 10-6 to Southeast Ravenna, a team they beat 15-0 last year. And the other loss on the year coming to Glen Oak, 11-10, and a heartbreaker in a game they led for 46 minutes of the game. And then in the end lost it. Wins against EC, Lakewood, Cleveland Heights, and Keystone. It's a good team this year, better than many expected. Can they make a statement here against Benedictine and get win number 5, or can the Bengals ruin the name or party on this weekend? Face-off results and Tom Yanko going to the ground as we are underway at Cicerci Field. Anko on the year. A couple goals so far, mainly providing assists for this young team. The freshman looks to make an impact, but he will step off for a little while. Jeffrey Bird now in the game. Jeffrey, in the last couple games we've seen of him, started to score the goals more, especially in that second half against Lakewood. It was, he had a couple, I believe, no, actually it was the EC game he had a couple goals. Anko switched out sticks and is back in the game. He'll give it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez heading into this afternoon, 25 goals, 8 assists, and a hat trick a game. Rodriguez trying to get goal or assist number 1, falls and scores! Xavier Rodriguez drills less than 40 seconds off the clock before he scores his opener. It's 1-0 Holy Name as Xavier Rodriguez gets goal number 26 on the campaign. Excellently worked. Got it from Anko, spins on in, being hit away by some deep pulls, slides on in, goes to the ground, and just slots it home. A thing of beauty on the solo run from Xavier Rodriguez, who gets the goal unassisted. So 38 seconds in, Holy Name leads. Benedictine did not expect that start. Whistle blows, back underway. Anko fighting for the face-off, can't scoop it up. It will go to the Bengals as they get their first touches in attacking territory, where Cam Ramsey gets a piece of the ball. And here we go, our first whistle will blow on a push. But Cam Ramsey this year been playing LSM primarily for this Green Wave team, but can flex into the deep pole line depending on necessity, and necessity might provide itself an opportunity to shine today without JJ Burrell, as he is out for the season due to a torn ACL. The Bengals will go behind the goal. Titus will give it on back to Harris. Harris being greeted on that near side by Rzuski. And a ball will then settle with Peter Rose in net. Peter Rose, one of the best goalkeepers in all of Ohio lacrosse, looks to have a great game today as he'll start his afternoon by taking the ball out of his net, loses it on the attempted pass, spins out of losing it from Titus, and finally gets rid of it. A little bit of a scare from the junior captain. But a good job from Peter to keep his composure and not get rattled by the simple mistake. And now the Bengals will try to work and get back on the offense once again. Harris has it on the near side. We'll give it back centrally. And here come the Bengals. High pass given in that far side to Harris. Harris directing traffic. Ramsey to greet him. Now on the far side, Wyatt Soth, the attacker, plays it inside. Ball rolls around as it just flicks on back. Nice defense being played. Michael Rzuski gets the piece and sends it up. Rodriguez bobbles the pass, but takes it in the end. And now here comes the Namer offense. Rodriguez near flank. It's a high pass, but gives it away to Norris. Andrew Norris, two-sport athlete, also plays hockey. Now we'll go behind the net. Played on back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez already has 1 goal on the afternoon. Hedgie on the far side. Add to the list of numbers she's worn for this Holy Name lacrosse team. Anko cuts left, facilitates to the left as well, gives it to Norris. Norris finds a run inside, it bounces off Hedgie. Ball being scooped up in no man's land, and now finally goes back to Holy Name as Norris picks it back up. So far on the campaign, Holy Name averaging 8.83 goals per game, about what they averaged last year, while allowing just under 6 a game. Norris takes it in himself. Norris, the shot, bounces just to the right of Benedictine's goalkeeper. And now here come the Bengals. Going to facilitate from the back and attempt to get it up. Now here come the Bengals on their second real attack of the game. Low pass to Harris, bobbles on pass, but it will stay with Benedictine as they will take it now near the goal. Titus trying to find some help on the near side, gives it to Thaddeus Harris. Can the Bengals find an open shot? Nice cut move, the chance, the shot. Gonna not go near the net as it was clipped before it could roll to Rose and net. Toth now has it on the far side. 4 minutes to go on. Holy Name leads courtesy of a goal from Xavier Rodriguez unassisted. Here comes Wyatt Toth. He'll be pushed on back by Anko. Toth now to the near side. Solo run from Wyatt Toth goes over Peter Rose's head. Benedictine applying pressure, but the depots of Holy Name doing a nice job interfering along with Tommy Anko, who's playing some LSM. Thaddeus Harris looking for some help, plays it back. Wyatt Toth. Toth gives it back to Harris. Fake pass. Titus is behind the net. The shot from Harris is scooped up by Peter Rose between the sticks. His first real save of the game, and a nice one at that, deflecting the miss from Harris right into the netting. Now here comes Anko taking it up the center himself. Pick set by Rzuski, does his job, and now here comes Tommy Anko in the attacking half. Anko will take a second. Usually likes to walk a little bit and facilitate. His knees not the best, but he makes do with what he has, and what he has is plenty of talent. Now here comes Hedgie on that far side. Hedgie thought about it, will take it towards the center. Phoenix Hedgie, it's in the back of the net. There's his opener. It took him only less than 6 minutes, but finally, there goes Phoenix for his goal. Now a 2-0 Holy Name lead. Another unassisted goal with 6:47 on the clock. This is the dream start for the Green Wave. This is what they needed to do from the start. Needed to set the tempo and set the game to their liking, and they've done so pretty well. So now 2-0, Holy Name leads under 6 minutes played, just a little bit over 5 in. Face-off back underway. Anko scoops and takes himself. First fluid face-off win for Anko. Can Holy Name turn it into their third goal of the game? Anko cuts left, evades a defender. Anko going in. Anko being hit away, and will toss it on back to Aiden Butler. Anko looks like will sub for Jeffrey Bird. Butler gives to Rodriguez. Can Rodriguez facilitate the offense for a third? Norris behind net goes Phoenix Hedgie. Plays it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez will take it towards the net. Rodriguez goes wide of the netting. Good attack there from Holy Name as Rodriguez played it towards the center, just couldn't get it on past. Norris will take it on back. Hedgie plays it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez take it himself or get help. Takes it himself, goes central, shoots, bounces it, and skies over the net. And you can hear Coach Fedor telling Anko to push towards the middle. He'll take it on the near side. Some shade being showed by Cyprian Fischer. Hohenheim looking for goal number 3. Benedictine looking to take a breather. Phoenix Hedgie back top to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he can take it himself. He will take it himself. Was that ever in doubt? Nice save in net for the Bengals. Keeps it at 2-0. And now here they come on the near flank. Ball's freed. Will scoop down, and now here come the Bengals. Titus will take it. Titus flicks it on back to Harris. Harris thought about it, plays it to the side. Now here comes Finn Titus. Titus, no man's land. It will roll back onto Serrano. Far side it goes. Mathis. Whistle will blow, and a timeout to the Bengals. With 4:52 on the clock, we will step aside. Hohenheim comes in with a statement. Rodriguez and Hedgie, the business so far is 2-0. .452 on the clock in quarter number 1. Hohenheim leading 2-0, courtesy of goals from Xavier Rodriguez and Phoenix Hedgie. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Been a good game so far for Hohenheim, working the ball in front of the net like they've been wanting to, and have been able to convert on plenty of opportunities. As for Benedictine, they've been trying to find those opportunities. In the end, they've struggled to convert and really get any shots on target, as they've only had the one that Peter Rose saved that was a little bit above his head. Benedictine now gets back to work. Mathis on the near side will flick it to Harris. Harris trying to cut, has 2 deep holes in his face. Butler now goes to greet him. Harris flicks behind the net. Titus will take it in front of the goal. The shot saved by Peter Rose. Sheen the shot, but Peter Rose, the better save, keeps Hohenheim with a clean sheet. Now here come the Bengals once again. Serrano, bounce shot, saved by Peter Rose. 2 saves, it flicks, and it goes in. He'll go the other way. For a brief moment, Benedictine almost had their opener. It would have been a crazy goal to concede, but time will stop at 4:14. A slight little scare. Butler will check off for Hohenheim. So now here comes the offense. Rodriguez will facilitate from midfield. He's being met immediately, will get out of the hits, takes inside Rodriguez. Another nice solo goal for Xavier Rodriguez. He now makes it a 3-0 ball game as, man, oh man, Rodriguez is on his way to another hat trick. Just a perfectly worked goal. You see him on your screen now, courtesy of the replay. Thought about passing, cuts to the right side of, I believe it is Rubadou, gets on in, slots it home, makes it now a 3-0 ball game. Benedictine almost made it 2-1 a couple seconds ago. Xavier Rodriguez turns around and makes it 3-0 instead. So now the question is, how do the Bengals react? If Tomianko could win the faceoff, it looks like it will not actually be Tomianko for this faceoff, but if whoever is going out there for Holy Name's faceoff wins it, momentum stays with them easily. Whistle blows, faceoff will scoop. It is Norris going for it, will not get it. It's still in Holy Name's attacking half and scooped up nicely. Nice fluid motion from Detron Mathis to get it. And now here come the Bengals. Titus behind the net, being sent away by Rzuski. Flicks it on back to Toth. Toth goes central. Thaddeus Harris now has it. Benedictine making some changes on the fly. Now whistle will blow offside. It gives it back to Holy Name. Benedictine started to make some progress, but will give it right on back to the green and white due to some miscommunication. Norris will take it up for the Green Wave. Tipped, nice job by Harris, but it still finds the netting of Butler's stick. Now it's a ground ball to the left side. It gets booted. Benedictine's long pole is just trying to box out and keep possession. Butler being sent to the ground from behind. There's the whistle, so Holy Name wanted it. A little bit of an awkward shove there from the Bengals. Now here come the Green Wave once again. Hedgie, who already has one, takes it behind the net. Phoenix with 1, Rodriguez with 2. Going into this game, the storyline was the return of Athens Fischer. So far today, Rodriguez has beaten them, and that has gotten a goal in favor of Holy Name. That has been the impact. His brother as well, Cyprian, did not go to Holy Name, but is also on this team. And speaking of Holy Name ties, Dylan Ireland, I don't believe he's on the field right now. Actually, he is on that far side as a deep pull. His sister Rhiannon is a senior at Holy Name. I believe he'll be part of stage crew for tonight's production of Something Rotten. 7 o'clock start time in the Aux Gym. If you didn't miss the show last night, go tonight or tomorrow, 2 p.m. matinee. Norris on the near side flicks it on back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez plays it behind the net once again to Phoenix Hedgie. Can the 2 stars result in a goal? Hedgie goes over the net and misses. Farrell will try to retrieve it. It'll go out of play. And it will stay with the green and white. Farrell will take it in now. 2:22 on the clock. Holy Name leads 3-0. Farrell will take it from far side to near side. Plays it on to Tomianko. Anko looking for some help or can take it himself. Fakes the pass, cuts left, gets near the goal. Tomianko the shot. Tomianko the goal! Nice pump fake on the pass, cuts on in and slots it home to make the advantage for Holy Name, 4-0. Just a nicely worked goal once again for Holy Name. Tomianko, it's a solo run, pumps, cuts left, slots it home. So 2:01 on the clock. Around 2 minutes after the last goal. All goals today unassisted. So now, once again, how does Benedictine react to this? Most goals they've allowed in the game so far this year is 19 to Menor. Holy Name on their way to being in second place. The second was 13 against Glen Oak. Scooped up by Anko. What a nice fluid move from him. Here he comes. Norris bobbles the pass. That could have been 5. Anko then shoves a deep pull to the ground, and it goes back to Holy Name. Jeremiah Sanders now in the game for the first time will take it. Goes far side to Rodriguez. He's a goal away from his hat trick. Can Holy Name find their 5th in the first? Far side, it goes to Farrell. Farrell hands it on off to Phoenix Hedgie. Sanders making a cut towards the goal. Will be denied. Anko will switch out the poles. Hedgie will wait a moment until Tomianko comes back on, and now the offense can continue their progressions. Anko gets it back from Phoenix Hedgie. Minute 15 to go in the first. Holy Name leading 4-0. Goes back to Rodriguez. Sanders now takes it. Sanders thought about cutting. Will then instead get rid of it to Norris. Norris looking for help. Gets it back to Rodriguez on a low pass. A minute to go. Rodriguez inside. Nice pass to Phoenix Hedgie. Goes wide of the goal. Nice run made and a nice pass from both sophomores, but nonetheless it goes wide. Now can Holy Name, after a couple of shots, finally find another? Farrell lose it for a second, being greeted by Dylan Ireland. Nice job from him to free it for a moment. It's on the ground. Ground ball. Rodriguez going forward. He's tripped up on some feet. Loose ball still been rolling for around 5 to 10 seconds now. Almost scooped up. Now taken by Athens Fischer, and he will take it up. His first big involvement of the game will set up some offense for the Bengals. He's being hit. He loses it. Goes to the ground. Rodriguez and Sanders get it, and a whistle will blow. And it goes the opposite way. Rodriguez and Sanders do a nice job tag teaming the defense and get it off the former Holy Name man. 20 seconds remain in the first. Sanders will cut to the center. Plenty of speed on him as he outpaces his fellow number 17. And Titus gets through a couple of hits, plays it up. Can Holy Name find their fifth? 10 seconds on the clock. Here comes Phoenix Hedgie. Hedgie, center, Anko, shot, well slung, almost goes up for a field goal, but just misses the crossbar. 2 seconds, really can't facilitate anything. It'll just be put it in play and walk off to go into the second. 2 seconds on the clock. Whistle blows. And that will officially wrap up the first quarter. A big quarter of play for Holy Name as they have dominated thus far as we step aside. It's 4-0 going into the second. Second quarter about to get underway here at Holy Name High School. The Green Wave dominating thus far, leading 4-0 over the Benedictine Bengals in the return game of Athens Fischer. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Xavier Rodriguez on a double, Phoenix Hedgie and Tom Yanko each with 1 goal, the difference thus far. Been a great game for Holy Name. The offense has worked about as well as you could have asked for. Coach Fedor not really yelling and screaming as much as we're accustomed to. That must be a very good sign of things. In all credit to Coach Fedor. He doesn't like really getting the credit, but we're going to give him plenty of it. Coach of the Year in the region in 2022 for a reason. He coaches with plenty of passion, but it's good passion. You might see a single game like, man, this coach is angry. No, he just wants to win, and he has a winning mentality, and that transfers over to every team. This is supposed to be a down year for the program, and we're 4-2. He has really helped these guys improve. Look at Aiden Butler as a big example. Never played lacrosse until this year. He is now getting plenty of minutes for this team. Coach Fedor is a leader of men and has been able to make stars out of players like Peter Rose. Look at him as well. A hockey goalkeeper. Translated over to lacrosse pretty darn well. He could easily go D1 for lacrosse. I mean, Notre Dame, if you're watching, come calling. Thaddeus Harris will facilitate to that far side. Mathis has it, goes behind the net. Can Benedictine get their opener? Run being made in front, not going to be found as Titus will keep it himself. Titus plays it on back. Far side, Harris. Harris, the low shot, saved by Peter Rose as he goes up to greet it. When Peter Rose is called upon, Peter Rose makes plays. He'll flick it over to Tommy Anko. Anko will take up that far flank. Nice pass up to Rodriguez. He gets out of a hit from Fischer. Here comes Rodriguez, facilitates the shot. It's a hat trick for Xavier Rodriguez. It's an opening goal for Andrew Norris to make it now a 5-0 Holy Name lead. Nice job from Norris to open up his scoring, but that play was set up by Xavier Rodriguez with 11 minutes exactly to go in the half. Couldn't really ask for a better start to this quarter. The first quarter took 38 seconds to score. This time around, it took a full 60. But still, Holy Name rebounding from last night's tough loss. This is impressive. Less than a 24-hour turnaround. They're looking like they've been well rested, been watching film for weeks, and have just prepared for this moment. Waiting for the whistle. Whistle blows, back underway. Ball scooped up, nice face-off win for the Bengals as Peter Dalton scoops it on up. High pass, but getting up is Toth. He has hops. Toth will shoot from distance, saved by Peter Rose. Scoops it away to Margosian, who plays it on back to Peter Rose. Tag team defense from sophomore and junior. Toth, another interception, plays it up. The chance, it's saved by Peter Rose. It's technically a shot from Toth from long range. Wyatt Toth has hops. We can confirm that for the Bengals. Rose and Margosian do a give and go. Rose will now launch it up over midfield. Rodriguez will go to greet it. Scoops it up. Nice job by Rodriguez to see it in the netting. Can he score? Plays to Hedgie. The sophomore duo of dreams finds their first combined goal as now Phoenix Hedgie has 2. Xavier Rodriguez, 4 points. Holy Name leads by 6. Been waiting for that duo to score in the same attempt. So now, with 10:16 to go in the first half, Holy Name leads 6-0. Rodriguez, 2 goals, 2 assists. He's well on his way to a hat trick doubled. Hedgie also nearing that hat trick as well, as he has 2 goals to his name. But that sophomore duo of Phoenix Hedgie and Xavier Rodriguez is any lacrosse coach's heaven. If you have those 2 stars running your offense, you're in pretty good shape. And having Tommy Anko as your third option, Holy Name's offense might be one of the best in the area. And as well in goal, you have Peter Rose. If the middies can improve, you have arguably one of the best teams in the state. Anko will see it and try to keep it in play. Will not, as it goes the other way. Holy Name continuing to make their substitutions. Still haven't seen much of Jeffrey Bird today, kind of to the surprise of many. Cam Ramsey checks back in for Holy Name as he will be LSM for now. Is Rzuski squared along Margosian as the deep post right now. Now here comes Harris down the center. A nice chance for Benedictine. Can they score off it? The ball will bobble. Harris fighting for it. Rzuski trying to fight for the Green Wave. Scooped up in the air by Toth. Who's done a nice job today getting up in the air and grabbing the ball down for the Bengals. Toth will cut on Butler. Jukes left, swims, and cuts back right. Rodriguez trying to get back there. The pass, chance, shot, not going to happen. Not going to be scooped up on the far side by Harris. Harris will bob it. Rzuski gets a piece. Rzuski gets a piece again. In no man's land in that corner. Can it be scooped up by someone? Titus going for it now for the Bengals, and he will finally retrieve it. Now he looks for some help. 3 minutes gone in the quarter. Holy Name scoring 2 in that time frame. Deshaun Mathis gives it that far side. Thaddeus Harris. Mathis making the run. Sets a pick. Now it goes on the near side. Toth, the long shot goes wide. Nice idea from the Bengals. You saw a run being made by Mathis towards the goal. Instead, the one that was across the face of it is the one the Bengals opted for. And now it'll roll back. They're going to try to keep it over their half, and it will not. It goes the other way. if you're dealing Ireland, you need to move up and greet that ball for the Bengals. You got to play the ball back onto that half and keep the offense alive. You had a couple good shots. The opener was bound to happen soon. The sun will come out in plenty of bounds right now. Got really bright for a moment. Can Holy Name work off the sun and score? Phoenix Hedgie will direct traffic, send Farrell to the opposite side of him. Plays it on over to Tomianko. Norris will take it and give to Rodriguez. Rodriguez 4 points so far today. Bird near side. Hedgie plays it on back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has Fischer in his face. Will he caught on him? No, he'll give it back to Phoenix Hedgie. Run being made by Rodriguez. Will Hedgie pick it out? No, goes central. Bird can't reach it. It will roll on out and go back to the Bengals. Now substitutions will be made on the fly for both teams. 7:38 left to go in the first half. Holy Name in cruise control right now, leading by 6. Can the Bengals finally find their opener? They've had plenty of good opportunities. They're just looking for one to bounce their way. Go Central. Mathis on that far side. The give and go. Plays it near side to Toth. Toth bounces around. Rose will see it go behind the net. Benedictine, can they work from behind the net? Ball lost, but retrieved once again. Mathis has some runs being made. Will play it on behind the net. Once again, goes back to Mathis. Run being made centrally. The shot saved by Peter Rose right in front of the goal. It's a dangerous position. Rose falls on it and gets it in the end. Nice runs being made. In the end, Serrano's shot saved. Now here comes Jeffrey Bird down the near flank, being hit with plenty of aggression by Wyatt Toth. That'll be white ball when we return. Timeout call with 6:42 left to go. Holy Name commanding up by 6. .6:42 left to go in the first half. Holy Name commanding this game up 6-0. If you're guys tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon in Game 2 of Holy Name Broadcasting's doubleheader this afternoon. Next Saturday will be in Cuyahoga Falls as Holy Name takes on CVCA. And we've been waiting for this to happen. We have not one, but 2 former Benedictine teachers in attendance. We have Mr. Gallagher here, the theology teacher, and Mr. Literal has made his way out in between getting ready for the musical. There was a rumor he was going to show up. Mr. Literal in attendance, that's confirmed. Get the paparazzi out here. Rodriguez will take on that far side. 6.5 to go in the first half. Anko plays it on behind the net. Hedgie can't field it cleanly. And a nice save made in net for the Bengals. Now here come the Bengals. Nice block by Hedgie. It goes to no man's land. It rolls to Anko. Can Holy Name take advantage of Hedgie's defense? Tomianko cuts to the goal. Tomianko! Nice save and net for the Bengals. It was set up by Phoenix. Hedgie's heads-up defense. He'll try to do it again. Unable to do so, but Holy Name might get it back as it rolls out of bounds, and they will. Phoenix Hedgie changing momentum on that play for a brief moment. Rodriguez on the far side will take it. Plays it in front of goal to Phoenix Hedgie. Nice clean V, fielded ball, and a nice save almost going between the legs of the goalkeeper. Ireland goes to greet it for the Bengals, and now so does Fischer. Fischer trying to cut, being tangled up with Bird, and Farrell gets rid of it. Nice play by Athens Fischer. He gets it to his brother Cyprian. Here come the Bengals. Can they find their opener? Wyatt Toth finds the back of the net for the Bengals. It's been well in the works for the visitors, and they finally find their opener as Wyatt Toth scores. Just nicely worked goal. Nothing more you could say about it. So 5:20, Benedictine finds their opener, makes it now a 6-1 ball game. I believe the assist will then go to Cyprian Fischer. So there will be a Fischer on the stat line today. Can Benedictine now work off of this goal, or can Holy Name rebound? But we'll give credit where credit's due. Wyatt Toth has been due for that goal. He's earned a couple more than he has on the score sheet right now. A couple nice defensive plays and a couple nice snags. He's made an impact in this game. If he wasn't on the field, I could easily say it's an 8-1 ball game, or 8-0, I should say, as he scored the goal. Here comes Tomianko for the Green Wave. Can they get the goal right back? Phoenix Hedgie has it behind the goal with 5 to go in the first half. Hedgie will take his time, play it on back to Rodriguez, his fellow sophomore, the 2 stars. Rodriguez goes towards the net. Rodriguez gets it right back for the Green Wave. It only took around 40 seconds, but Holy Name gets another goal, and they get the one they just conceded right back. It's 7-1 as Holy Name now has a Xavier Rodriguez goal hat trick in their back pocket. I'm going to give it unassisted as Hedgie did the pass, but not really anything that Rodriguez did cutting towards the goal. So 5:20, so around 32 seconds based on the quick math between goals. Now 7-1, Holy Name nearing their points tally on the average game, which is just above 8. Anko fighting for it, ground ball near midfield, trying to be scooped up. Mathis will go back and retrieve it. Mathis will take it down the far flank. Plays it on up. Can the Bengals find a second? Titus. He'll sit and wait for some help. The offense starting to make their presence felt in the attacking half. Harris plays it centrally. Will Hill gives it on over to Mathis. Mathis near side goes to Wyatt Toth. Toth, who has one to his name, will try and facilitate. Can't find a pass. Attempted to locate Harris. And it'll go the opposite way. Substitutions will be made. Ramsey jogging on off for the Green Wave. Benedictine making more changes in the Green Wave. Rodriguez will step back onto the field. Already has 5 goal contributions to his name this afternoon. Bird down the far side will take it. Plays it on up. High pass retrieved by Andrew Norris on the far side. He has 1 to his name thus far. Hedgie will get it behind the goal. Butler calling for it in the attacking third. Hedgie will look to find. Butler does. Can Butler spur on the offense now? Cuts right. Aiden Butler towards the goal. Aiden Butler bounce pass to Farrell. Farrell now has it near the goal. Can't get a shot off. Scooped up far side by Norris. The danger dispelled for the time being, but Holy Name will come right back with unrelenting pressure. Norris looking to pass. Does. It goes in no man's land. Butler will run to greet it. Margosian at midfield if he needs to scoop it up. Will not have to. Here comes Aiden Butler down the center. The Jackrabbit into Bird. Bird skies the shot and goes behind and passes the netting. Now here comes Holy Name once again. A couple shots in a row, not finding the back of the net. Can they get back to scoring ways? Norris cuts. Long shot, no good. Skips off a Bengal. So now substitution being made. Rodriguez will check off. It will be Benny Ball. Less than 3 to go. Farrell will be there to agree with the goalkeepers. He tries to get rid of it. He does. Dylan Ireland bobbles it. It goes to Jeffrey Bird as he is clipped. Bird spins left on Toth. Spins right on him now. Now gives to Phoenix Hedgie. Can the offense quickly work? No Rodriguez on the field. Offside being screened by Peter Rose. Ball going to go wide. And Toth will now switch off and go back on the offensive. Farrell behind the goal. 2.5 to go in the first half. Holy Name leading by 6. Played in front of the goal. The shot and the goal for the Green Wave. Second of the game for Andrew Norris as the Green Wave now lead 8-1. Another nice team goal for the Green Wave. We'll watch it back here on the replay. Farrell will facilitate. He just plays it. Nice run made. Farrell, first cool contribution we've seen him make this afternoon and in the last 3 games that we covered for Holy Name. They now lead by 7 and are now making this a pure dominant performance. With 2:22 on the clock, 22 with the assist. It's 2s all the way around as well as the second quarter. The most goals Holy Name has scored in a game this year is 12. They're nearing that tally right now. Ball will be scooped up by Anko. He wins the face-off with just under 2.5 to play. Some hits being made, and it goes the opposite direction. Benedictine, they need some kind of a spark with 2:15 on the clock in the first half. As Mr. Farrell walks in, he just missed Patrick getting an assist. Mathis will take it. Picked off by Anko, but loses it in the end. It goes back to Harris. Now 2 minutes on the clock. Benedictine trailing by 7. Mathis plays it to the far side. Will Hill goes behind the net. Benedictine will work from behind. Titus looking for help. Toth makes the run, clips around. Peter Rose gets a piece and picks it off. $1:45 to go in the first half. Peter Rose will take it out of his net on the far side. He'll be greeted. Juke move on Harris will continue to take it up the field. Gets past the 40 before launching it up to Norris. Norris bobbles the pass, but will go and run for it. Norris scoops it up. Already has 2 to his name thus far. Can he find a third? Can the Green Wave find a 9th in the half? Hedgie looking to facilitate the offense. Plays it on back to Tommy Anko. Minute 10 left to go in the first half. Holy Name leading by 7. Anko will take a second here. And now with a minute to go, he'll make his move. Anko off the pick by Rodriguez. He's being hit. He avoids being taken to the ground. Still cuts through some hits. Loses the ball. It's on the ground. Benedictine will try to scoop it up. Fail. Flag will fly. Holy Name trying to scoop it up. Rodriguez unable to do so. It's still a ground ball in no man's land. No team has a better chance. Now it's kicked up. Rodriguez will go and try to greet it after the kickball. Scoops it up. Bobbles it. Keeps it in the attacking half. Tries to go behind the back. Scoops it up. Now here comes Rodriguez with half a minute to go. Hedgie cuts left. Being hit. Still a flag down if Holy Name can't convert. Phoenix Hedgie looking for help. Finds Anko. Anko finds the back of the net. Tommy Anko, the underhand sling, gives Holy Name their 9th on the stroke of halftime. A man-up opportunity for Holy Name in a minute, but a nice goal from Tommy Anko. Pass incoming from Norris. So there it is, a first half hat trick of goal contributions for Andrew Norris. But you know they're going to say no goal. It was close. It hit outside the netting. Very confusing from this angle. 15 seconds. We can still see that exact goal happen. It was a nice shot, just missing. Now can Holy Name find the 9. Rodriguez. Nice save. Composure kept in goal for Benedictine. They are content with seeing this out to go to half. Margosian clips it. He will not have a chance to launch it, as that will now send us into the half. A dominant first half performance from the green and white as they now lead 8-1. Our coverage of next week sees us begin on Monday as Holy Name takes on Lakeland-bound Madison Kim McKellar and the Valley Forge Patriots first pitch at St. John Bosco at 5 p.m. Wednesday, Holy Name Baseball welcomes in Garrett Morgan for a game, 5 p.m. at Kurtz. Thursday, still up in the air, but most likely Holy Name taking on Westlake will be our game of choice. Friday evening, nothing, and we go on to Saturday as Holy Name travels to Cuyahoga Falls to take on Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. To stay up to date on all the games we're covering, follow Holy Name Broadcasting on Instagram and Twitter. To stay up to date on all Holy Name sports, follow Holy Name Athletics on Instagram and Twitter. And finally, subscribe here to Holy Name Athletics YouTube and put on push notifications to be notified when we go live as well. Big announcements coming over on the Holy Name Broadcasting social media accounts in the coming days. Stay tuned for that as well. Namer Nation, come on out this afternoon at 7 p.m. to see Something Rotted, the production that the musical is putting on. Showtime at 7, as I said, and tomorrow, if you can't make today's, is at 2 p.m. We'll take a halftime break. Back on in around 10 minutes to bring you the second half. Holy Name dominating thus far. Back on from the half at Holy Name High School, the Bengals of Benedictine trailing 8-1 as Mr. Anko is a speed demon and runs across the field, a flat 440 across the field. Excellent speed from Mr. Anko. Speaking of speed, Tommy Anko has shown plenty of pace today as he has a goal to his name, but the storyline of the game is Xavier Rodriguez. He picked up where he left off, just trailed back to his first ever game where he left off. He now has 7 hat tricks in 7 games and is well on his way to beating Holy Name's record, which is around the 40 mark of goals in a season. Holy Name wins the opening face-off, and we already have a whistle. Took us 8 seconds for our first nonsense of the half. So now here comes Holy Name's offense for the first time this half. Can they pick up where they left off? Tommy Anko has it on the near side. Already has a goal to his name thus far. Fakes the pass, cuts inside, launches, goes wide of the goal. Another good idea by Anko. A little bit further out, just misses wide of the goal. And now Holy Name can reset on the offensive. Farrell will give to Tommy Anko. Can Anko facilitate and find the 9th? Rodriguez looking for help. Clipped by some Bengal defenders. It's Athens Fischer who gets it in the end and will take it. The deep ball trying to avoid Butler. Launches it up. On the other hand, a nice pass up the field to Ribadou. Nice job from Fischer to get out of the danger. Almost tipped by Butler. And now here come the Bengals once again off the stick of Titus. But he'll go and retrieve it. Rzuski there to greet him. Here comes Titus. Flicks it on back to Harris. Harris fakes the pass and will play it on centrally. Sheen gives to the far side. Serrano now gives to Toth, who has the only goal for the Bengals thus far. Ball will roll back, and Benedictine will reset. So far this year, in 7 games, Benedictine has been held to under 2 goals in 3 games. Holy Name trying to make it a 4th game of that stat. Ball will be loose. Rose trying to get it. He's being clipped now. Rzuski goes to greet it, scoops it on over to Peter, and Peter Rose can now facilitate from the back. Butler gets it in the air and will take it up the near flank, going towards midfield and crosses over. Cuts right, bobbles it. He'll go back and retrace his steps to get the ball. Now picked up by Norris after he lost it again. Here comes Andrew Norris down the side, and he'll peel off and wait for the offense. Jeremiah Sanders will sprint on for Butler. In the center, it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 5 points on the afternoon thus far. Gives it the far side to Farrell. Farrell plays it behind. Here's a chance. Phoenix Hedgie looking for help. Has Rodriguez making a run. Rodriguez the run. Rodriguez the shot and the goal for the Green Wave. Goal number 4 on the afternoon for Xavier Rodriguez. It's point number 6. Holy Name leads 9-1. This time it takes just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes 20 to be exact, for Holy Name to find their opener of the quarter. But it's another nicely worked goal for Holy Name. Phoenix Hedgie gets the assist. Holy Name once again in business. The most goals Holy Name scored in a game this year. Once again, that 12 mark, they're 3 goals away. Going into today's ball game, Holy Name on lax numbers being given a rating of 54.95, which kind of takes into account the wins you have, your kind of skill ranking, and the teams you're playing. Benedictine a 51.04 in the rankings as of Friday morning. Holy Name 86 in the state of Ohio on max preps, 139 on lax numbers. The long shot goes in the back of the net for Wyatt Toth. A long shot rockets into the back of the net for the Bengals as they get one back. Wyatt Toth is a one-man wrecking machine for these Bengals. But going back to those rankings, kind of lost my train of thought for a second. 139 in Ohio, according to lax numbers, that's Holy Name's ranking for them. As for Benedictine, little less discrepancy. 136 on max preps in the state, 148th on lax numbers. What do the rankings mean? Not much. Any given day, any team can win. We've seen that plenty of times. We've seen some great games over the years of Holy Name broadcasting where the underdog somehow makes a statement and wins. You can even say that last year as Holy Name beat Brexville. Unfortunately, could not repeat the result today, but got pretty close. Shout out Cameron Regazzo, his best ever varsity baseball game, 2 for 3 with a triple. Now here comes Rodriguez to try to make it 10. Rodriguez cuts in front of the face of goal. Will spin, goes to the ground, scooped up by the Bengals. It's now on the ground again, and the flag flies. Will probably be against the Bengals. Instead, it'll be against Rodriguez. His first penalty, doing a lot better job than he did against Lakewood to avoid his old friend in the box. So he'll go re-greet his old friend and be in there for a minute. Can Benedictine now work off of the man-up opportunity and find a third? If they're going to find a third, it's most likely going to come from Wyatt Toth. He has had one heck of a game in what will probably be a losing effort. We'll give credit where credit's due. This man can play lacrosse. So as Rodriguez watches on, play will resume. It goes to Titus. Titus will have help all around him. Gives it to Toth, who already has 2 to his name. He could easily launch if he wanted to. He looks like he will. Pass it inside, instead deflects off the hands of Harris. Rolls on back, scoops up behind the net, and played on over to Peter Rose. Rzuski hands it over. Peter Rose will shuffle on over. Heave-ho, cross-body. Goes over. Farrell hit by Ireland as he's trying to get the ball. Fischer will take it after the defense being played by the D-pole. Rolls on down. Anka will go and get it. Toth is going to start jetting on in. He'll be greeted first by Harris. He gets out of that one hit. Cuts now to the center of the field, going towards us on the home side. Anko now being hit, almost attempting to be tackled. Rubadou goes to the ground after almost going full on tackle mode on Anko. Norris has it on the near side. 7 and some change to go in the third. Norris looking for some help. He'll cut to the right side, has a chance to shoot on net if he wants to. Has 2 goals today. Andrew Norris spins the low shot, will go wide. He just could not direct the underhand attempt. Patrick Farrell will take it from behind the net to get things underway again. Phoenix Edgy to facilitate. Plays it on back Butler. Norris now centrally has 2 goals to his name, a hat trick so far. Edge correction only 2, the hat trick ended up being ruled out. Rodriguez takes it centrally. Rodriguez, another goal for Xavier Rodriguez. Mr. Automatic now has 30 goals on the calendar year for Hohenheim as he is within 15 of the record. Another nice goal for the team. Rodriguez does it himself. So 2 goals this half for Rodriguez, 3 in the last, went into today with 25. So he now has 30 goals, 10 assists, and 7 hat tricks in 7 games. And we're still not done with Game 7. There's a very good chance Xavier Rodriguez will have himself forever in Hohenheim's record books with the most goals. He could do it as soon as 2 weeks from now. I believe there's like 3 or 4 games in that span. If he goes on the tear that he has been on and continues it, he'll have the record going into Padua. Imagine if he gets that record against Padua. Here comes Harris. Can Benedictine get one back? It's 10-2 right now. They trail by 8. Harris will look for some help. Plays it centrally. Goes. Now the far side, a little bit of a bobble from the Bengals as Hall picks it right back up. Goes behind the net to Titus. Here's the opportunity for Benedictine. The spin shot will not go in. Will go out of play and stay in the corner with 6:24 on the clock. Whistle blows back underway as Harris will take it on in. They'll go behind the net. Harris gives it to Titus. Some pressure being given. Rzuski forces the line of sight to be interrupted. A nice box out, though, from Harris to let his fellow teammate and Mitty Mathis get it. Plays it the far side. Toth bobbles it, kicks it to himself, can't get it. Rzuski going for it. Ball on the ground. It's a boxing out ground ball. Who can scoop it on up? Benedictine does for a second. The whistle blows. And now here we go once again. Toth will take it. Has 2 so far today. Plays it centrally. The shot not going to be able to go towards the net as it was deflected. Ramsey will now run as the LSM being tripped up, scoops it up, does his job. It'll be a flag, so Hohenheim will have a life after. Ramsey does his job regardless as he got it over the halfway line as Peter Rose tells him good job. Rodriguez back on the field, has 5 today. Can he find a 6th? I believe he had north of 6 against Cleveland Heights. Nice pass into Anko. A nice team goal for the green and white. What a pass in. Hedgie and Anko do the damage. Hohenheim now leads 11-2. A beautiful pass. That's Anko's second. After these games, I say 3 key players for a team. Hohenheim might have to have the whole roster be a key player. So Phoenix Edgy now has 2 assists, 2 goals, so he has 4 points. Anko on 2. Hohenheim 1 goal away from the most they scored in a game this year. Butler will check out. Rodriguez will stay on. So a lot of changes being made on this near side. Rodriguez will be greeted by Athens Fischer. There's some conferencing at the halfway line. It's 11-2. Hohenheim leads. And once again, during this break, next week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday broadcast. As of right now, Hohenheim Valley Forge softball on Monday at John Bosco. Tuesday, Hohenheim will not have a game that we'll cover as I believe rain is expected. We're going to try to schedule games on days that we will be able to play. Wednesday, we go into there with a nice game for you. Hohenheim Garrett Morgan. Baseball should be a good one. Thursday, Coach Scheiben sees his former team as Hohenheim takes on Westlake for some softball, as that game will take place at John Bosco. And then Saturday, Hohenheim travels to Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy to take on the Royals. We're going to have a lot of games upcoming due to the fact that a lot of them have been rained out already this year. This one was supposed to be played all the way back on March 19th. Norris will take it, just above 5 to go in the quarter. Hohenheim a man up. Can they score? And a timeout will be called by Coach Fedor with 5:03 on the clock. Hohenheim in the driver's seat, up 11-2. .503 left to go in the third quarter. Hohenheim leading 11-2 over the Benedictine Bengals. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon, and what has been a game dominated by Hohenheim's offense, especially Xavier Rodriguez, who so far this afternoon has 7 points with 5 goals and 2 assists, and he can add on to it right here. Bird will take it on the far side and scoop it up. Hohenheim, the most goals they've scored in a game so far this year is 12. They could easily surpass that tonight. Going to go behind the net. Hedgie plays it on back to Rodriguez, who will take it on the run and scoop it. Norris, nice facilitation. Anko, run. Hedgie, spin. The shot goes over, but taken by Farrell. So the opportunity is still not lost. Farrell will take it, plays it on back after being hit. It will be a loose ball. Norris running for it, and he will not be able to keep it in play. It's a good hustle from Andrew Norris, but unable to get to the ball. He'll go back to Benedictine as they make some substitutions. A couple of big weeks upcoming in the OHSA. This is the last weekend of no nonsense. What I mean by nonsense? The playoff draws. It's chaotic times, as next Sunday is the playoff draw for softball. Interesting to see where they rank Hohenheim, as they have not played many games in the state, and if you include the games in Tennessee, it's a below 500 team that should be playing at a top 10 seed easily. It'll be interesting to see what the OHSA decision committee does for them. Norris being greeted immediately. He's being hit aggressively by Harris. He gets out of it, spins. Be hit again by Titus, but will take it on up. Here comes Andrew Norris. Flicks it on to Anko. Tommy Anko the chance, spins, cuts inside the shot, goes over the net, but greeting it is Farrell. So once again, he can facilitate an opportunity. Ireland greets him, flicks to Anko. Anko will take it on towards the net, runs around, and will take it on out and take a second. So now it's 3:45 on the clock. Hohenheim leading by 9. Looks to get up by double digits to have the clock run. Norris will wait a second, looking for some help. He can take it himself if he wants to. Phoenix Hedgie makes the run. Hedgie, the goal for Phoenix Hedgie. There it is. His hat trick of goals gives Hohenheim a 10-goal lead. Another nice goal for the Green Wave. Another nice run from Phoenix Hedgie. You see it here on the replay. Norris just takes his time, flicks it to Hedgie. The shot goes in the back of the net, a no-doubter. So now make that 3 goals on the game for Phoenix, as well as 2 assists. So he has 5 points. Rodriguez has 7. It's a 12-2 Holy Name lead. And now the next goal Holy Name scores would put them over their most goals they've had in a game so far this year. Whistle blows, back underway. Holy Name fighting for the face-off, but it will go to the Bengals. Mathis hustling, will take it up. Being hit by Anko, flicks it on up over the head of Titus. He'll have to run to go get it. Keeps it in play. And now Benedictine can set up the offense as they look to get one back. Look to that far side, it goes to Tilth, who has 2 thus far. Tilth cuts on back. The shot! Deflects on back. It's a fake. Tilth will take it again. Whistle blows. Now as the whistle blows, they're trying to figure out what's going on. The Benedictine ball still. Ball scoot on past Titus. He'll go to greet it. 2.5 to go in the third. Holy Name leading by 10. Plays it on back to Toth. Goes central now to Hill. Here now comes Harris, gives it away. Nice save by Peter Rose. A shot launched right at him by Mathis. He scoops it on up, and it's another big save. Anka will now take it. 2:10 to go in the quarter. Harris will trail and hit him. He will get out of the hits and take it on up the left flank. Anko cuts to the right, takes it in front of goal, and retreats on back. As he goes to the ground, he gets rid of it to Rodriguez, swims on over. Goes to the far side, Jeffrey Bird has it. Bird cuts to the left side, Jeffrey Bird, an opportunity. Won't have the ball as he shoots. Scooped up, Rodriguez flicks it in the air. Norris will retrieve it. Rodriguez plays it across field. Bird tips it on over to Farrell. Farrell trying to scoop it up, he does. Farrell being hit by Ireland. He'll take it in. Farrell, the shot, bounces on over the net. After that, Holy Name will keep possession. Less than a minute and a half to go in the third. Can Holy Name find lucky number 13? Hedgie plays it on back to Jeffrey Bird. Bird thought about it, takes it on in, spinning on Fischer, will take it back. Hedgie has it on that far flank. Anko makes a run on back to around the 30-yard line. Goes to Bird. Now a minute to go in the quarter. Fischer trying to get the ball away from Bird. Scoops it on the ground. It rolls to Anko. Anko has a chance. Anko cuts in, loses it. Norris scoops it right back up. Trying to cut, spins over a defender. Norris the spin, and does it go in? It does! A goal for Andrew Norris. What a nicely worked goal. A flag will fly, but it's 13-2. So give Norris his third goal on the afternoon. If you add in assists, that is his 4th point. So 46 seconds, another nice solo run made. So Benedictine will be a man down. Holy Name now has the most goals they've scored in a game all year. 46 seconds left to go in the frame. Holy Name dominating, up 13-2. Most goals Benedictine's allowed all year is 19. Holy Name needs 6 more to tie it. Anko fighting for it, will scoop it on up. Now here comes Anko on the near side. Hands it on off to Norris. Norris gives to Anko. Anko doesn't see it into the netting. It's going to roll around. Fischer fighting for it, scoops away to Anko from Norris. So now the offense gets set up with 20 seconds to go. Benedictine plays it, tips around, bobbles, and will be taken over by the goalkeeper. Rodriguez tried getting at Bird right into the basket. Can Bird score? Bird bobbles it. It goes into no man's land. Rodriguez fights for it. Goes to Hedgie. 5 seconds on the clock. Holy Name needs to shoot. Phoenix Hedgie goes around. Needs to launch. The whistle will blow. So we'll go into the fourth with Holy Name dominating this game as they have from the start of 13-2. Start of the fourth quarter here at Holy Name. 13-2, the green and white lead. Substitution for Holy Name. Charlie Margosian out for the rest of the game due to the musical as he goes to get ready for his role, as that will take place in around an hour and a half, 7 p.m. in the Aux Gym. Something Rotten, day 2 of the musical. And if you missed it tonight and missed it yesterday, or if you want to go back and see it again, show up tomorrow, 2 p.m., the matinee show as they close out the weekend. Shout out to the musical and the fine arts department for putting on a great show. From what I've heard, they've done an excellent job with this show. I've heard some people say it's even, and I quote, life-changing. I will not be able to make it on out to the musical this weekend due to obviously scheduling here at Holy Name Broadcasting and just needing some rest. But from what I've heard, fair play to them. They've done an excellent job. And that should be no surprise knowing the people who are in that program. They all know exactly what to do, and very impressive work from them. Back to the lacrosse now as Butler will take it after it bobbles over to him. Low pass, it will scoot on past. I believe the substitution now for Holy Name that's Thomas Gordon, and it is. Rzuski started the game as a deep pull, now is on attack. Goes to Anko. Can Anko get another one? Spins against 2 defenders, goes near the net. Can he score? He's pushed away and will go behind the net and have to pass it away. Plays it on back. Norris can't get it. The deep balls need to keep it up. Ramsey goes up. It's offside. It goes back to Benedictine. Well, it's not what you're supposed to do. At this point in the game, does it matter? Not really. I don't mind the move. He's trying to do what he's supposed to do. It's a coaching moment. Now here come the Bengals, who want to put some more goals on before the game is over. Toth facilitates, goes centrally. The shot goes in the back of the net for the Benedictine Bengals. DeChaun Mathis, he's been waiting for his opener. He's been active on the offensive, finds it, and it's now a 13-3 ball game. Just another nice worked goal for the Bengals, as that will now, I believe, give Toth a hat trick. 2 goals and 1 assist. Yep, so Charlie Margoshin's back just on the sideline trying to get some stuff ready for the musical. We'll get Charlie on over here. Charlie, do you have a second over here?
No, I really don't. I actually have to go.
Yeah, go on over. We give you guys a shout out for the musical. There we go. Never a dull moment for them or us here at Holy Name Broadcasting. I believe call time was at 5, so 5:20, a little bit after that. Butler trying to scoop it up for Holy Name. They lead by 10. It goes on over to the Bengals as it's kicked. The deep pole's now spring into action. Now what can Benedictine do with another opportunity? Toth has it on that far side. If you're Holy Name right now, you got to balance getting some guys some rest and not going into a game that could let Benedictine in. Titus goes on over to Toth. Near side it goes to Dalton. Dalton called his name, I believe, earlier on in the game. Scoots on past Igsley. Picks it up on that far side. Less than 10 minutes to go in regulation. Can Benedictine add a 4th? They're circling the goal, looking for another. Played on back. Toth. Or correction, Titus. The shot, no good. Bill's blocked. Here comes another opportunity. The shot goes just wide as Dalton is smacked to the ground. Benedictine will reset on the far side. 9.5 to go. Still a 10-point Holy Name lead. Goes right to Peter Rose as it skips off the netting from Harris's stick. Rose will take a second to launch. Peter Rose tried finding Norris instead, will bounce past it to Ramsey. Ramsey bobbles it. It will go to Toth. An opportunity for the Bengals to pick up on. Toth, what a nice pass, but it's bobbled. Can Holy Name get out of it? And they do. Scooped up by Norris. And it's hit away from him as well. Teams are starting to play pinball for really the first time today. Once again, a ground ball in no man's land. Bodies fly to the ground. Can Holy Name scoop it up? Anko is hit over halfway line. It'll be offside. It goes the other way. Anko, I believe, earlier in the game got away with one similar, but both of them he was kind of shoved on over, so I can kind of see why it wouldn't be called. And it appears on the far side, Phoenix Hedges' day will be done. Benedictine has it behind the goal. Titus trying to find Toth, cannot. It goes wide and hits back. Scooped up by Mathis, who had the last goal for the Bengals. Goes to the far side. Harris, the long shot, scooped up by Rose on the ground. Peter Rose will tilt and take. Trying to call over Ramsey. He's running for his life as he has Titus right by him. Plays it to the far side. Leland Walker gets it for his first involvement of the game. Plays it over, hit, and will roll over the halfway line, near the out-of-bounds line, and finally rolls over the black. And will go, I believe, in favor of Benedictine. Correction, it'll be Holy Name ball. So 7:57 left to go in the game. 10-point game. But we'll stop for a brief moment. So blows back underway as the sun is starting to come back out once again. Here comes Tommy Anko down the center flank, being hit. Here, step aside and regroup. Holy Name offense, the best they've looked all year. Will take their average to probably above 9 goals per game going into next week, with trips to Slovenia and Canton Central Catholic on the docket next. And then after that, it's welcoming Padua. The next day, Ridgeville, and then after that, welcome in Clay 2-hour drive Clay is making to get here. Here comes the Green Wave. Anko being hit, tries to scoop it back up. He does. He gets hit once again. Plays it on back to Butler. Butler loses it, bobbles. He's taken it to the ground and a whistle blows. Next time Holy Name Broadcasting will have Holy Name Lacrosse, I believe, will be the week of AP exams, or right near that time, looking at the calendar. There it is, May 7th, it's Holy Name Welcomes in West Geauga, and then on the 9th, it's Holy Name Welcomes in NDCL to take care of the season at home going into the playoffs. Might have one or two more in there depending on scheduling. The shot is in for Norris, a flag flies, it should stand and give Holy Name a football score, 14-3 lead. So Norris gets the first goal of the quarter for the Green Wave. So I believe it will go against Cyprian Fischer. He'll be in the box for a minute. 6:58 left to go. Holy Name now once again leads by 11. But Holy Name this year has undergone a lot of trials and tribulations. Going from last year's team, you lost around 20 seniors. So now field this team this year that in game number 1, you had a budding star at D-Pole and J.J. Burrell go down with an injury that sees him out for the rest of the year. He'll be having surgery in a couple of days. Best wishes to J.J. Talked to him before the game in pretty good spirits, which is a very good sign for his recovery. He's a tough kid. I have no doubt that he'll bounce back next year if he desires. But with all the players they've lost, with all of the doubters that they've had, they have really silenced plenty of them today and this season as a whole. Fischer scoops it on up off of Sanders. Can Benedictine get another? Toth for the hat trick, goes well wide. Fischer will now go towards the sidelines. He will sub out. Harris now in, will wait a second as the substitutions head on in. For the first time today, Barrett Dorsey sees playing time for the Green Wave. Benedictine will sit for a moment here. Harris on that far side, 6:20 to go in regulation. Benedictine might go methodical. Titus. Rzuski will go to greet him. Flick to the far side. Harris now has it once again. Some runs being made. There it is. That makes sense. They're waiting to go back to full personnel, and now the Benedictine offense will roll immediately off the substitution. It will go to the man who checked in, and that will be Exley. Flicked into no man's land, and now they have to be a little bit of running here to try and keep it in play, and Benedictine cannot. Sheen, the closest man, couldn't do so. Now here comes Patrick Farrell. Whistle blows. Here comes Patrick Farrell on the near side. 5.5 to go in regulation. Farrell cuts, spins right. Can Farrell get a goal? Patrick Farrell being hit. Patrick Farrell, the shot. The ball freed before he could release. And now here come the Bengals. Nice job. Flag will fly. Sanders might be against him. He scoops it up. Whistle blows, so it probably will be against him. And it will be. It'll be a slash against Jeremiah Sanders, so he'll be in the box for a minute. Depending on severity, should be releasable. Still 5:16 left to go in tonight's ball game. Holy Name well on their way to improving to 5-2 on the campaign. It'll be Holy Name ball. A lot of confusion. So based off of this, not many forward for Holy Name. And here we go. Now Coach is moving people forward. Butler, after being summoned by Coach Fedor, goes on over and sets a pick. Anko goes from coast to coast. Anko will pace his way down that far flank. Fakes the pass, keeps it, spins. He loses it beforehand. Now the Bengals will scoop it on up on the far side. And now a nice little solo run happening for them as Matthews, who has a goal to his name, takes it. Gives it away to Harris. Harris has Mathis near him. Some runs being made by other Bengals. Goes on back to Mathis. Goes near side. Scooped up. Once again, Toth has it. Has 2 goals and an assist to his name. Can he get a hat trick? Thought about launching. Goes centrally to Titus. Titus now gives the far side Mathis. Mathis will have to go and retrieve it on the bobble. Can Benedictine find a 4th? Titus bobbles it. Being hit by Butler. Lose it on the whiffed shot. Ball in no man's land. Santiago fighting for it. Still in no man's land. Hohenheim just trying to get a piece of the same thing with the Bengals. Hits, I believe, off Rzuski. It goes back towards the Benedictine bench where they finally were able to scoop it up as Cyprian Fischer goes to greet it. Fischer goes central to Titus. Titus to Toth. Toth gives it to the side of the net. Harris in front. The shot not going to happen. It deflects before. And now here comes Fischer. Fischer cuts, flag down, goes to Peter Rose. And a whistle will blow, so it'll be against Hohenheim once again. Goes against Butler, so he'll go to the box. Aiden Butler from first game that we saw against EC to now has improved drastically. First time in the box, but in that game, I believe he went twice, and I believe he said, and I quote, I don't know. I believe he also tried justifying giving a player a bear hug. With 3:30 on the clock, 14-3, Hohenheim in the driver's seat still. Toth has it, still looking for his hat trick. Goes back centrally. Sheen has it. Goes back to Toth. Toth will fake. Bobbles away. Ramsey got a piece. Toth will take it. Plays it central once again. An opportunity for the Bengals. The underhand sling well misses high. Jacob Sheen launched from long range. Now Anko facilitates. Jacob Ragazzo subbing off. Jeremiah Sanders back in. He is sprinting, making a route like a wide receiver up the field. Anko being hit, but gets away from the hit from Toth. Cuts left. Nice move from Tommy Anko with 2:40 to play. As the countdown happens on the far side, Anko will cut. Here comes Tommy Anko being tripped up. Anko going to the ground. He finds the back of the net after being tripped up from well out of the goal. Tommy Anko, the long shot, finds the back of the net. It's now 15-3 and confirmed Tommy Anko's hat trick. Nice shot. He's being tripped up. Launches from around the 25-ish yard line. So 50 to 20 yards out, he launches and finds the back of the net. Here, Peter Rose wanting this game to end. I believe he says he wants to go watch some playoff basketball. You don't blame him. I want to as well. The Cavs got a big win earlier today. We don't get to hear the Orlando Magic theme song on Instagram Reels later tonight. Now some substitution being made for the Bengals with 2:26 on the clock. Hohenheim a dominant performance. Nonetheless, a great job from top of the roster all the way down. As well in for Hohenheim is manager Sean Smith. He's now playing. Fischer will scoop it up. Taken by Toth. 2:15 to go. Still time for his hat trick. Toth misses wide. Saved by Peter Rose. Another nice save. Norris try getting it. Is hit without the ball. Nice job by Dalton to go get it. Now scoops it to the far side where it will roll to Cyprian Fischer with 2 minutes on the clock. Fischer far side. Can he do something? Goes around. Already has an assist to his name. Plays it back and will go wide of his intended target. Norris will scoop it up seamlessly as he sprints. Now here comes Andrew Norris. Gives Thomas Gordon. Gordon being hit by the deep pole in his face. Loses it for a second. Trying to scoop it back up. He does for a second. Loses it again. He's not being boxed out. Rzuski goes to help. Now it's on the ground. Dylan Island. He gets a piece. Scoops it. Bobbles it and will take it in the air. And now Sean Smith will take it for the Green Wave as he can facilitate on offense. Can Sean Smith get a goal contribution in his first game? Smith taking it. Smith, an opportunity to shoot. Smith goes to the ground. It goes in the back of the net. What a goal from Sean Smith. Gets Hohenheim's bench to erupt. His first career varsity goal. The senior gives Hohenheim their 16th. Hohenheim wanted that goal, and there it is. Sean Smith goes in, is tripped, and it somehow finds the back of the net. I don't even know if he shot it. He falls to the ground. He doesn't shoot, and it goes in, but it still goes to Sean Smith on the goal with 35 seconds left. Did not think I'd be seeing Cameron Rugazzo go 2 for 3 with a triple, and Sean Smith a goal on Lacrosse. The bingo card is going nuts for Hohenheim Broadcasting today. The first career varsity goal for Sean Smith as the clock continues to run. We are almost done. We are about ready to book in the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whistle blows. Where's the air horn? There's the air horn. This seals the victory. Your final score from Hohenheim High School. They win it 16-3 over the Benedictine Bengals in a game dominated by offense and a great showing from start to finish. Your play of the game brought to you by Keon Sports. Is there any doubt on who it is? It's Xavier Rodriguez. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points, and a dominant performance. Once again, 4 games on the docket next week. We got Monday, Hohenheim Valley Force softball at John Bosco. Wednesday, Hohenheim Garrett Morgan baseball at Kurtz. Thursday, Hohenheim Westlake softball at John Bosco. And Saturday, Hohenheim CBCA baseball at Cuyahoga Falls Christian Academy. 5 o'clock start times for the first 3, 11 a.m. for the last one. To stay up to date on all the games that we're covering, follow Hohenheim Broadcasting on Instagram and Twitter. To stay up to date on all Hohenheim sports, follow Hohenheim Athletics on Instagram and Twitter. And finally, subscribe here to Hohenheim Athletics YouTube and put on push notifications to be notified when we go live as well. If you're not doing anything tonight, go out and see the musical Something Rotten starting at 7 p.m. tonight. If you can't make it today, go tomorrow, 2 p.m. matinee show. Shout out to the Fine Art Department for putting on a great musical. Quoting someone I've heard, it's a life-changing experience to go and watch it. Well, that'll do it for our doubleheader. Hohenheim wins this one, lost the earlier game. It's a great week of broadcasts. The weather's starting to hold up. Let's hope the same thing happens this coming week. Have a good night, everyone. I've been Nathan Smee, and go Namers.